It's almost like doing psychedelics, this experience of understanding what creator mode is and what it is to be in alignment with your truth and to exit this matrix and to set yourself free and to go into the 5D experience here on earth, this heaven on earth. There are no real words for it. It's an experience. And when you start to feel into it, then it's the aha, right? And so when we're in mindful meditation, there's really like no way to explain that place that we go to. When you really get deep into it and you just become fully the observer, not attached, just watching, observing thoughts, observing your body, observing the space around you, just observing without any kind of positive or negative reaction to it. That's in the creator mode. That's in the truth. That's in the 5D. That's in the heart space. That's in your true essence. It's in your soul. It's in your higher self. I see these things often where it's like, do this course to become your higher self. And it's like, well, that's not necessarily what your higher self is. Your higher self is your truth. It is the thing that you always have been and always will be. It is your eternity. It is the beginning of time and end of time. And there is no becoming it. There's maybe remembering it. There's maybe embodying it. There's maybe letting go of the parts of yourself that are not in alignment with it. But your higher self came to this reality to experience Earth, to experience being limited, to experience suffering. Suffering is inevitable, but like in mindful meditation, we can become the observer of suffering. And then we're no longer really suffering, we're witnessing the suffering, we're experiencing the suffering, and we're remembering our higher self. We're remembering the creator that we are. And in that remembering, I'm trying to find the words for this. In that remembering is where we can co-create our life. It's where you can step into this highest potential version of you, where you get to have the ease that you want, right? You don't have to work so hard. Someone made up the 8-hour workday. Someone made up the 9 to 5. Someone made up, just resting on the weekends and then getting started and grinding again. And someone made up that you have to work hard to make money. Your mind has enough evidence right now to tap into the fact that there are people who make money in their sleep, who make money doing very little, who making money look easy, who get to live their dream life from what you can perceive, who get to travel, who get to have, the clothing that you want, the healthy food that you want, the supplements that you want. They experience your true desires. And when you see them, you can let them be your expander. You can let them give your mind evidence so that you can let go of that resistance and that story that it's not available to you. But you're ready. You've made it this far and you know all of this information. It's not like I'm telling you anything new. You're just on your process and journey of remembering more and more and more, because that's what this is. This is the ebb and flow of your spiritual awakening. So you go on this spiritual awakening. Maybe it started 10 years ago, 20 years ago, maybe just 5, maybe you're just starting it today. Wherever you are, it doesn't matter, time and space are not real, but there are ebbs and flows. And so you will be in a moment where you're like, yes, 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 yes. And you're feeling that thing that I talked about in the very beginning, where it's like, there are no words for it. It's just that remembering. It's that like, oh my gosh, yes, 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 yes. And then you close the laptop, turn off your phone, go into the outside world, or receive a text from your boss, or see something on social media, and you might forget. You might tap back into that 3D. And that 3D is familiar. It's familiar to your human mind. And so it's easy to slip back into it. It's easy to forget for a little bit. And so this journey is, how can you remember more and more and more? How can you infuse more and more and more? How can you embody your higher self now in every moment of the day? That can be your intention, but it probably won't happen all the time, at least in the beginning. And it's really important to not have a lot of guilt about that. It's really important to not get onto yourself and be like, I wasn't in my higher self version of myself all day, 24/7 today. No, because that's the 3D, that's the ego trying to keep you controlled and limited. And so the observer of you, your truth, you are the observer, would just say, okay, how interesting. My mind took over here, my ego took over here, my worthiness wound took over here, my mother wound took over here, and my father wound took over here. Zima, 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 don't do it, don't do it. Don't do it. Hold on, she's gonna go off for a second. Okay, there's someone walking, so she wanted to make sure that everyone knew, Queen Zima of the entire farm. So you have made it to this moment, to this video, for a divine reason. You have gone on the journeys that you've gone on for a reason. There is a lot happening energetically. There is like a new consciousness that is just being, like the gates have opened and it is pouring into the world. And we've talked about the pivot moment in the last video, and we talk about chaos all the time. When a new energy comes in your body, in society, in nature, chaos happens. Like when you think about a lightning bolt, chaos happens. Like maybe it strikes, it's this new energy, it strikes, and then it lights a fire, and then the fire burns down all the stuff, but then the new life comes, right? From the ashes comes the new life. From the ashes, the phoenix rise. So that's you right now. You've been on this journey of learning to open up, learning to receive, learning to surrender, learning to let go of the old, learning to let go of the parts of yourself that are not in alignment with your highest truth, your highest self. And so the energy coming in right now is meant to shake your world. It is meant to be that lightning bolt. It is meant to set flame, and it is meant to make space for the new. And in your knowingness of the truth of who you are, you know that complete surrender is safe. I think that's a big part of this, is like, we sometimes don't really know what surrender is. It's one of those things where there's a word maybe for it, but it doesn't explain it fully. It's a feeling. When you can feel yourself say, okay, I surrender to source. I surrender to, also we have Duchess here if you hear the hairball noise. Maybe also sinus infection, we gotta go to the vet. So in that surrender, we experience something that we can't really explain. It's a trust, right? It's a trust fall. And it's a remembering. It's a remembering of source and of that divine masculine, or whatever you want to call it. Some people look at God as the divine feminine. Right now, in my experience, I've been looking at the source energy as divine masculine. And I'm sure we can switch back and forth. But in that surrender to the divine masculine, I know that I am protected. I am provided for. I am safe. And I get to fully be in my expression of my feminine, which is nurturing. It is creative. It is this magical goddess energy. And I get to embody my truth safely. And that's where a lot of people have been afraid and not even understanding that they're not doing that, or that they've been holding back from doing that because they've never fully experienced their full expression. Because so quickly in school, we're taught to sit down, be quiet, write like this, talk like this, don't do that, don't do this, blah, 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 this is right, this is wrong. And if I have kids, which I'm leaning towards, yes, wanting kids, I'm definitely going to homeschool and I hope to homeschool on a sailboat, or, just traveling the world, but also having home bases. And because I want the new generation, specifically my family line, but I want this for the whole world, to remember their truth and to not be ingrained at such an important time, like from age 0 to 7 is when your subconscious is really, really programmed. And so during that time, you're taking in everything like a sponge, and you're taking in everyone's opinions about themselves, about you, about money, about the world, about the news, about the location that you live, about everything. and you are making that your reality. And you are currently playing out patterns that probably have something to do with those things that you've absorbed. And so from that age, I think it's very, very important. But also I hope it's helpful to remind yourself of that, because what you're experiencing right now, the limitation that you're experiencing right now, is just learned. It was just absorbed in your human mind, and now it's creating your reality. And the more that you tap into your truth and you surrender to your truth and you let go of the parts of yourself that are not that, you get to create a reality that you desire. The person that you see that is an expander, like the person on Instagram, the person, doing whatever, that has that life, gets to travel, gets to make the money the way that you want to, gets to eat the food that you want to, gets to have the relationship that you want, they probably didn't have that subconscious programming that told them that they couldn't, or told them that it's hard. Or maybe they did and they worked through it and they healed that part of themselves and they already went through that. And so you can tap into their energy too. Like in this spiritual other side of things, you can go into your meditation and you can go to the Akashic records, you can go to the person maybe that has the thing that you want, and you can say, can I please experience this frequency or this code of what it is to be open to receiving, what it is to be a vibrational match to receiving this specific timeline, this specific thing that I desire. I choose to let go of all the things holding me back from having this desire be my perceived reality. Thank you. And so it is. Like, you're so powerful. You are so powerful. If you just go in that space and you understand that what you're doing is real, and you let go of that conditioning that tells you that it's not, you can create whatever you want as your perceived reality. Anything is possible because everything is happening right now. There are infinite timelines within the quantum field. There's a version of you who doesn't have the limitation that you are perceiving right now. Tap into that and allow yourself to have that experience by surrendering and letting go of the parts and deconditioning the parts of you that are holding you back. So I hope that this message landed with you. I feel like it was like my program Decondition in a whole, just in whatever this was, 15 minutes. Decondition has everything in relation to what we just said, but also the Akashic records. It's like, that's such a powerful thing. I feel like it needs to be its own program. If you guys would like me to make like a 21 day or something journey on the Akashic records, we could do that. Or 21 days Akashic records, a mentee, halls of a mentee, or just a mentee. I don't know, I'm getting these downloads right now, but I'm just going to put it out to you and see what you guys want. So if you want to sign up for Decondition, that's my 12-week program. I have the 2 other 21-day programs too, which is 21 days to rewire your mind, 21 days to know your divine guidance, and my retreat, which I'm going to be talking about until it books fully. So we have the shared room has spots in it right now, and then there are some tent spaces still. So if you want to sign up for my women's retreat here in Italy in October 4th to 10th, it's also going to be all this, like just a deep experience of remembering and of deconditioning and of rewilding. Like, I just love that. I love it so much. If you've read the book Women Who Run with Wolves, that has been like a big inspiration. I haven't even fully read it yet. I just am tapping into the frequency of it. I downloaded it the night that I literally ran up this mountain with wolves. Wild synchronicity. And there's just something to that. Like, we are meant to all, but specifically for this retreat, we are meant to wake up that truth within us. Like, really, like, a force to be reckoned with, like powerful, like Ladybug's essence, like just waking it up and then going with it and just like not looking back and being okay with changing your whole life, being okay with changing your whole self-identity, the way that you see yourself. It is safe. It is okay. You can surrender to it and you can freaking go. You can run like the wind. You can spread your wings. It is okay. It doesn't matter if people don't come with you. You can love them. You say, I see you in another timeline. I love you and I support you. Whatever you do, I'm going to go do this. And your soul tribe is waiting there. Everything that you desire is waiting there. So I hope to be of support in that experience if you want to come to the retreat or do any of my programs. So with all that being said, I'm going to go eat my dinner. I just made some sweet potatoes in my air fryer. And as soon as I closed my tent, I like cracked it open a little bit, the air fryer, so it could cool. And I just heard Arlo jump on the counter, which he never used to do, but he learned it from dogs here on the farm. And he was trying to go for them. And I put my head in there. He's like, oh no, I wasn't doing it, Mom. But anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.